Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. If you guys are new viewers, then welcome. If you are returning viewers or subscribers, thank you for returning. I really hope that the warning that I posted, I really hope that you guys took it to heart. That was real information. So hopefully, if you haven't, then please go back and look at that video because uh, like I said, I'm being targeted, and that was proof of some of what I deal with from being targeted. So hopefully you guys can take that as valuable information as to what's been going on, and also me letting you know that because it's happening to me, I just want to warn you about you know anything that might look suspicious, in case, like, Lord forbid, it would happen to you. So again, if you haven't seen that short, I'm going to have a link of it in the description. And if you like, then please read the description with all of the disclaimers. I know it's long, but that's because I am covering all bases, especially with how I like to operate this channel. But also the link to that informational video is going to be under the description as well. Okay, it's just going to be, yeah, just like a short little 3-minute video. And in reference to that, make sure if you do see that, call your card company, let Google know. Just take all of your precautions and things like that. Go to the authorities if the authorities will do something about it. If the authorities in your area will do something about it. So, once again, just a reference and a heads up to what was going on, what's still going on, pretty much. Not with my bank account, but with the targeting and everything else. Catfishing as me online, making me look or say things that I didn't do with, like, deep fake and audio spoofing. So anything that you guys see outside of this channel, then please report it. The people that have been stealing my content, they have been stealing my content and then reporting my videos so that they won't be seen. I guess to make it seem like that they're the original creators, and they're not. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. So I want to start off with a new deck that I got. I got a few decks that I want to start off with. This one. Let's clear this deck of any leftover energy so I can get a clarified message. Oh. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. So you are going to see the banished energies up here. Those are insights. Those are people or places that my insights do not speak to, because to the banished energies that are up there, you do not get to be hateful and think you're going to be benefiting off of my insights. That is not how that works. You do not get to be an enemy of myself and of my collective and think you're going to be benefiting off of my insights. Why? Because not only are you assholes, but you're working with distorted energy. So even if something was to resonate in my video, it's still going to come back to you distorted. It's going to be a backfire every time. It's not going to work out the way that you want. And that's not even me just saying that. That's universal fucking law. Get real. Anyway, that's to the banished energies, and whether you banish energies, care or not, or believe in it or not, is of no concern here. Okay, bye. Now let's get back to you, my lovely collective. Let's see what's going to be in this video's reading for you. So, Spirit, so what does Spirit have for you, collective? Oh, this didn't want to go in there. Ooh. Oh wait, is this whole freaking deck is this whole freaking deck was reversed. Okay. Well, I wonder what those, I was like, they all came out upside down. Oh, here's one. Okay, so we got Brave. Look at that. Look at that evil entity back there. This looks like a depleter of light. But with this sword here, I get instant solar plexus energy. So some of you guys are knowing where to direct your solar plexus, which is in charge of your confidence and your gut instincts, your primal instincts, your, having courage, being daring, being bold, being determined, um, being brazen. So a lot of fire energy with the solar plexus, a lot of sun energy. But with this sword here, with brave, I almost see. I feel like there's like a purity in your heart, like you have a pure heart, but a brave one. And I almost feel like with this hat, you have a title. You have a title. But I feel like there's somebody that's trying to go after your title. You don't even have to face the fear. The fear is behind you. I almost feel like you're leaving it behind, but I still feel like that there's somebody that doesn't want to let you go. Somebody doesn't want to let you go. And it's almost as if they want to take your energy, but you have a very high belief in yourself, and that's a strong solar plexus trait as well, having a high belief in yourself. I don't know why I get this off of this cape, like he's Superman. And what I love here is that, with all of this solar plexus energy that is in this card, and then the kid is kind of dressed in here like Superman gets his energy from the sun. I would say he's probably, you should probably watch, a Superman movie, or I don't know, read, or maybe you're watching something that has to do with Superman, maybe even Smallville, the TV show Smallville. Love that show. But Superman gets his powers from the sun. Like, well, he doesn't get his powers from the, or maybe he does. He does, because Hero Marble Geek coming out, because his planet was on the red sun. It was the certain radiation to where they could live just like regular people. But under our sun, he's super, right? And it gave him energy. So I feel like some of you guys may need to soak in sunlight. I'm getting some of you guys might literally need to soak in sunlight like Superman to give you energy. That's so cool. Somebody might be eating Superman ice cream. Superman ice cream is like blue, red, and yellow or whatever. There's like a dark entity that's trying to, I feel like, is trying to attach to you. But you know how to fight it off. Because what I love here is that somebody may have like a blue aura. Somebody's auric field may be blue. Naturally, somebody who's very calm, but is very balanced. You're very calm, but very face forward. Like like this child here, very face forward. And I tell you what, I feel like there's nothing in this world like a child that's brave. Oh my gosh. So, but it represents that, you have a pure belief. There's a pure belief in yourself to be brave about something. And with this sword here, you have the ability. It's almost like a lightsaber too, kind of, somebody, I'm getting somebody young who's actually very brave, like, young Padawan type vibe going on. But there's a special energy that you got to have, in order to, to wield a lightsaber, right? So, something in your solar plexus is going to manifest like a lightsaber for you. I'm also getting like Yu Yu Hakusho. The character in Yu Yu Hakusho, Kuwabara, he has a sword like this, but it's from pure spirit energy, okay? And he has lots of, and they all have like a solar plexus energy about them, but to me, I feel like he has the biggest solar plexus. Okay, so yeah, to me, Kuwabara has the biggest solar plexus. His personality, his hair, everything. Somebody might have red hair or red curly hair. I just feel like you have the capability and the ability. What else? What else for the collective? Grass is greener syndrome. The grass is greener syndrome. So right off the bat, I kind of did get like this creepy feeling. I did, right off the bat, I got this creepy feeling, right? Somebody wants to come towards you because they feel like where you are, the grass is greener. They feel like where you are, the grass is greener. I'm so sorry about the glare, y'all. It's unreal. This glare is unreal, y'all. I'm sorry. But I feel like if I turn the light lower, like you're not gonna really see anything. I don't know. But I feel like that there's somebody like just lingering right behind you, trying to like latch on you because they see where you are. They think where you are, the grass is greener. And it very well may be, but not for them. It very well may be, but not for them. Because if they try to take over your side, it's just gonna turn right back to this. It's just gonna turn right back to that. They're not fruitful. Whoever this is, they are not fruitful. They're a light taker. No, this is something that, this is as if this is something that wants to absorb your light or absorb. You see how it has all this light auric field around it? This is an absorber of light, and it's like it has its eyes on you. But you're like, bitch, nah. Like, you gonna taste this sword first. Like, I'm getting a very, very brave child. A very, very strong, brave child. Somebody might have like a golden child. Somebody probably has a golden child. Oh, it's flipped. Your ancestors are shielding you. Ancestors sending you energy and shielding you. Wow. Wow. Look at that. And again, and you see another blue auric field right here. You see like another blue auric shield or field, just like, you know, just like this innocent child here, how he has a blue auric field surrounding him. But the thing is, because he is innocent, he doesn't know, he's not aware of a lot of things, but it's his pure heart and his bravery. You see all this fog. His pure heart and his bravery is what's going to help him get through the fog. You know, and he's going to learn along the way. But what you see here, you or this child are shielded. These blue auric fields here surrounding both of them. That monster's not going to, that monster lingering, or whoever thinks that with you the grass is greener where you are, they're not going to get to where, they're not going to be able to latch on. Or even if they were, they're not going to stick. Like it's like they're not going to stick to you long enough or deep enough to do any actual real damage, if any damage at all. Yeah, divine mission at work. You got things to do and places to go. You got things to do and places to go. I think somebody's like starting a new job that requires them to be brave. Maybe some sort of job in an open field. What else we got? I'm getting being divinely guided. Being divinely guided. Especially with your ancestors shielding you. This is a very important mission. Your life's mission is very important. What else we got? Oh. Old lover returns. So does this old lover think that being with you, the grass is greener? Now that they done, you know, are they trying to basically spin the block? Get the fuck out of here. Ew, maybe I knew I got creeper vibes. What if this old lover hears this thing here? Oh my gosh, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Like an ex that's oh baby, you know I love you. You know the things we used to do together, man. Fuck that. Oh yeah, you know, baby, I no. The rest of the world done sucked the life out of them. They sucked the life out of them. This tried to come out praying woman, so definitely a divine feminine energy, or whether you're a man or a woman, you can be in your divine feminine energy. I'm also seeing candle magic here, lighting white candles. And then again, there's some sunlight here, the angel praying to the sunlight. So definitely, like I said, in this child's, his get up reminds me of Superman. So, Superman, like I said, gets his power from the sun. So lots of solar plexus here. Bathe in sunlight, bathe in sun rays. Oh, somebody with a blue aura. Somebody with a blue aura. Just be careful of becoming depressed, sad or depressed, as blue, blue auric fields can't have that. But blue auric fields also have a lot of are very emotional, a lot of watery vibes, but are very compassionate, very full of lots of composure, very understanding, very comprehensive, empathic even. Now they're not like purple auric fields, but enough. I mean, well, blue is inside of purple, or indigo. It's kind of like a deeper octave of blue. So yeah, something calm. I'm getting like bathing in the sunlight. You could bathe in the sunlight on the beach, bathe in the sunlight on a deck or a porch or a balcony, or yeah, lots of solar plexus, because I feel like somebody may also be battling doubts and depression. But sun or solar energy can also help in aiding in clarity, not just energy or courage and warmth, but also clarity as well. Especially with the sun's energy in the tarot, it represents seeing everything, things exposed, knowing the answers, seeing what's right in front of you when it's real, type thing. So a lot of sun energy from the tarot I'm already kind of getting out here. Also, somebody with a green aura. People with green auric fields are very sensitive, naturally outdoorsy. There are more shades of green than any other color, so people who have green auric fields are very, very versatile. It's almost as if they could fit in any role. Like any role you give them, they can fit it. They can do it. And then I think the next color with the most shades is blue, I believe. But definitely green. There are more shades of green than any other color. So people with a green auric field are very versatile, very smart. Just guard against being envious and money hungry. People with green auric fields are naturally lucky with money. Spiritual court. So with spiritual court, wow. So in spiritual court, I'm also getting like a grand justice, a grand justice. Now what I love here is that with brave and spiritual court, you're in it, especially with this child here. This child is innocent. Like Children are innocent. So in the law of spiritual court, you're innocent and you're truthful with this sword here. Swords always represent truth and clarity. So you're truthful, and as a child, you have the innocence of a child. You have your heart is as innocent as a child's. Okay, so as far as spiritual court, I feel like you're you're being judged a blessing. Okay, it's kind of like you know how like some places you get a demerit, or you get you get a demerit, or you get a reprimand. But for you, it's the opposite. I forgot what you call it. But you get the opposite of what a demerit or a reprimand is. It's like you're going to get a blessing. I'm also getting here, what I love is that this is like a straight aligned download. You kind of like this, his sword is channeling into this. If I can connect it here, you see that? See how I connected here? It's as if the power of the galaxy is absorbing into the sword. Literally the power of the galaxy is absorbing into this sword. In spiritual court, because you're so innocent and truthful, they basically took the energy coming through here into this court. They're taking whatever is residual for you, in the energy that is residual for you in this court, and having your ancestors place it around you as protection. Okay? You also may have somebody that's praying for you, or a passed over loved one, feminine, a passed over loved one that was a feminine. That was a woman who's also putting her blessings upon you as well. Again, I'm seeing candle magic. There's so many angels. What else we got? We got new home. What's new home? Royal babies? What in the world? What's new home and royal babies? What? Spiritual general? So again, your work is too important. It's too important to let anything get you. Okay? Also, you guys may need to do a shielding or cleansing in your home. A shielding or cleansing in your home. Maybe having a prayer altar in your home, a prayer or ancestral altar in your home. You see this windowsill here. You may need to have a prayer altar in your home as well. Somebody has a golden child. Somebody has a golden child. And they're going to be somebody valiant. They're gonna be somebody. I don't know who, but they're gonna be somebody. Especially with I'm loving it here. Like with brave and then general, maybe they'll be a military hero. Somebody's child is gonna be some sort of fighter or military hero, or high ranking. Not even just spiritual either. Like I'm sensing like IRL, like they're gonna be in some sort of military branch. This is definitely a golden child, though. Whoever this person's a golden child. Somebody may be pregnant with a golden child, or a chosen one. So that's why it's probably going to be even more important to put protection over your home, and to make a prayer altar, so that your home can at least be surrounded, surrounded by protection at all times. Let's say, even if we can't be protected 100% of the time, but we can, do our best, do our most effort to do that. Okay, what else out of this deck? This flipped over a little bit. Life lesson, light worker school. Let me get back to that. What else with light worker school? Oh, it was 2. Oh, it was 3. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, light worker school, life lessons, but here, okay. I'm gonna get to these 3 cards. Here's one. You passed a spiritual test. At Lightworker School, you passed a spiritual test. Now you're ready to scout the fields. You passed a spiritual test, a big one. And now you are granted and blessed with a new mission. The dean's office has spoken. I don't know why I said the dean's office. Somebody's a college student. But this person that's trying to tag along wants to manipulate you and control you. Remember I said I was like getting like a light absorber or something like that? Something that wants to absorb your light? Like, no. I love how a lot of these students, like, they got light, like the light glowing inside of them. Now, what I love here is that with this child, this is already somebody with a lot of potential already, like very powerful potential. There may have been a child that has already passed a spiritual test. Somebody has a chosen one. Somebody, either you are a chosen one or your child. If some of you are parents, at least one of your children is a chosen one. If not you, then at least one of your children. If you have more than one. If it's not you, then it's either your child or at least one of your children. Okay, somebody's chosen, anointed, God-given talent. I was about to say, especially with Royal Baby, like, yeah, like I said, somebody has a golden child. Somebody is fertilizing a golden egg. But you got somebody, like I said, that's trying to latch on, because that's to me, it's just so dangerous when people actually become aware. So they start getting creeperish. And also, with this card too, be careful of your child being outside alone. This is an important random download. Be careful of your child being outside alone. There may be a stranger that's going to approach them. And even so, they may still be like a brave child, like think Soo Young. Think Soo Young from the original Rush Hour movie, the very very first Rush Hour movie. Think Soo Young. When she was first kidnapped, she was like, ah, but she was still like fighting them, like, you bastard, get off of me. Even though the child may be like that, whoever this predatory person is still will more than likely overpower them, even if they are a fighter, which is very admirable. God forbid if something was to happen to them, they would be the kind of child that would try to fight back or be smart, like, hit them with the phone, like call it, run away, call the police, and then if that person catches up, they'll hit them with the phone and try to run away again. They would be that kind of child. So, but still, nonetheless, even if they could stave them off for a minute, this is still, somebody who can more than likely overpower them. Okay, so the best precaution, is preventative ones, the ones that can fully prevent it altogether. So be careful with your child playing somewhere alone. Okay, for some of you guys that are parents out there, be careful of your child playing somewhere alone. You know, I'm getting for the next couple weeks. For the next 2 weeks, keep an extra close eye on your child. That doesn't mean smother them. You know, I can't tell you how to raise your kids, but you know, that doesn't mean smother them. But you know, this is a time to keep them extra close. Okay, they're still protected. You know, but and this includes kids who you know, who are home alone after school, even if they're a teenager. You know, you know. So take that as that's a random download warning. Lightworker school, where you passed the test and now dun da da, you graduated and now you're ready for the field. Listen, you passed and you graduated. Now you're ready. I think some of you may have also been very intuitive since you were a child, and you still lived with it. You still expressed it with pride. You know, you weren't afraid to express it. You know, you were brave in expressing your gifts. Okay. But you may have been around people, like I said, who wanted to, control that, who wanted to manipulate that. Somebody who probably thinks that they can guide you, but it'll be false, like a false angel. Yeah, getting like a false angel. Somebody may have wanted to, manipulate them like a false angel. But this is the hand. This is the only hand that is to handle them. That is to handle you as a chosen one or your child. Just this hand. This hand with all this beautiful light. Somebody's really good at automatic writing. Automatic writing and painting. As well as somebody who could be broadcasting, somebody who could broadcast. Somebody who's good at arts and crafts. And they intuitively, their art is very intuitively inclined. Wow, okay, let's do one more deck. Let's do one more card out of this deck. Okay, so what else do you have for the collective spirit? What else do you have? I know for me, if it's a card I look at, I have to bring it out. If I see it, it has to come out. Okay, we got, that's way too many. That was like 4 of them. Except for instances like that. These do not want to go in there. Okay. I'll bring out the bottom too, because that's kind of poking out. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll bring that out. Okay. Oh my Lord. Okay. Okay. So. You remember this Dusty? The Dusty that thinks that the grass is greener on the side that you're at? They're missing you like crazy. Also 1111. my gosh. I really feel like you got this person like, it's as if they can't come near you. All they can do is watch you. All they can, that's creepy. That's creepy as fuck. All they can do is watch you. Somebody might be lingering outside your home or around your home. Somebody may have squatters. You or somebody you know might unknowingly have squatters. We also have soulmate that came out. Soulmate. So maybe they're like, you were the one, I fucked up. You were fucked up and I were the one. And you're just like, no. Because what? What? New lover coming soon? What? Man, you don't get your old ass on somewhere. Let me stop. Now, like I said, remember I said earlier somebody wanted to kind of manipulate you or your child's ability, because this is what they're trying to do. And look, there's a dark angel. There's a dark angel right here. See, here's a real angel. Here's a real angel. And then you got a dark angel right here that's trying to give them like false advice. Somebody is a false prophet. Somebody's a false prophet. There's somebody who's probably a reader, but they're either just plain making shit up, like just straight throwing shit up and don't even know what the hell they're talking about, and people are following it anyway, or yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of what I'm getting. This is somebody there's a false prophet that's either trying to stick to you or your child and lead them astray. There's somebody following a false prophet. Oh, here we go with this. Oh my gosh. Okay. Miss you like crazy. I'm sorry I miss you so much. Regretful, sadness, forgiveness, remorseful. Missing you like crazy. I miss you. I'm sorry I miss you so much. Ex-lover or old lover. Think it's on the think that where you are is the grass is greener. You don't get your ass out of here somewhere. Like there's a reason why this person is your ex, man or woman. There's a reason. I do get a masculine more than anything, but this could also be a woman too, especially if it's a woman, you know, in her masculine energy, you know, or if you're non-binary, doesn't matter. Just somebody who is in masculine energy, somebody who is either a man or, you know, or they dress masculine. I get more of that more than anything. What else? Something else in here. Oh my gosh, how did I forget about this? Ooh, I do not like this card. I don't like this. I do not like this. Oh my gosh. That's fucking fearsome. I do not like this. I don't like the way this looks. This is a scary ass looking card. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Psalms chapter 91, verse 13. So, you know, if you take a look at that in Psalms, maybe that'll be significant. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. So you will trample over your enemies. Somebody's a liar. Maybe this old lover. I think this person's a liar. This may have been somebody that was actually very manipulative or a master at manipulation. Especially with the snake. Somebody is a false ass prophet. I'm telling you. Somebody is a false prophet and are leading people astray. And they know they're doing it. They know they're doing it. That's the thing. But the more important thing is for you to use your discernment, because your mission is too important. You got people out here trying to manipulate you or your child's gift. Okay. Um you know what? I'm gonna use my personal deck, honey. My personal deck like to act a fool. My personal deck be acting a fool, y'all. I'm beginning to think, I'm actually beginning to think it's sentient. I don't know why. I'm beginning to think my deck is sentient. Clear this deck of any leftover energy so I can get a clear, clarified message. Bop. I don't know why. My deck feels sentient. Like it, I don't know. It's hard to explain. But all right. Okay, Spirit. So what in this deck do you what guidance or information do you have for the collective? September. So something may have happened last month in September, since it's October now. So on the bottom, patience. So I feel like some form of patience may have, if you are somebody who needed to have like a lot of patience last month, maybe now it's beginning to pay off. Maybe patience is what it took to pass this spiritual test. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it took patience to pass this spiritual test. And then you graduated. Somebody may have literally graduated in September. Somebody may have literally graduated and got some sort of diploma or certificate last month. Felt like something flipped over in this deck, but maybe not. I don't know. Felt like something tried to flip over. All right, so what else for them, Spirit? What else for the collective? Something did flip over. Oh, ooh. A few did. I'm flipping back over. I didn't feel anything off of them. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, these want to come out. This one on the top, too. This one on the top wants to come out. Okay. So we got neutral. And then we also have gratitude. And I'm going to read the third card in the set. So with neutral here, I feel like something had balanced out. Something balanced out, especially with patience. Maybe you being patient balanced something out. And then also you being grateful for what you have is also maybe balancing out. Maybe you having this abundant state of mind. Yeah, an abundant state of mind is making, it's kind of like, I have a lot, but I'm still going for more. I'm grateful that I have a lot and that I have a lot to work with. But it is me already having these things and appreciating them, to where that since I want to go for more, I feel like I'm going to be able to achieve it. And that may be one of the things that's motivating you. One of the things that's motivating you. And coming from a place of gratitude is a very abundant energy. It's just not being in a lack mindset, to where, you're not looking at the things that you don't have, but you're looking at what you do have and what you can do every day, or, often, or, just whatever that you will be able to utilize to help you progress through life. Even things within yourself, not even just materialistically, but within yourself, looking at what are the good traits about you and continuing to build your life. Looking at the good traits of the people who love and care about you, and how that feeds your life, and vice versa, how the good traits about you feed their life, and that kind of evens things out for you, especially if you're in an abundant state of mind, but you're still ambitious enough to go for more. It's kind of like building this energetic bridge. to getting the things that you want. Oh, we also have no comment. I love this. So we got no comment, right? You must have blocked this son of a bitch. I bet you blocked them. I bet you blocked them. They're like, oh, I miss you, baby, so much. And you're like, no. No, I'm not saying anything. You're blocked. I don't have anything to say. Yeah, staying out of the drama, divert topic, not involved, not bothered. Info refusal, uncertainty, not able to speak further, and left to speculation. And of course, no comments. So, who knows if this person's left on red, or they just, or you just completely block them in general. But either way, you're not speaking to this person. Like, you're not speaking to them at all. And of course, this is somebody who probably, definitely, especially like an ex, with this heart and 1111, like, oh, you're my divine person now. And you're just like, no. No. No, I'm not. No, man, I got somebody else. I got somebody else. Like, I don't know what you, I don't know what you think this is, or what you thought it was, but this ain't it. Listen, you free. This was at the bottom of my deck. Freedom. Okay, and then we got Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Or today, because I tend to post the next day, but sometimes I'll post the same night. Sometimes. But you have freedom as well, okay? With no interference, no restraints, no limits, self-power, and openness. So I really feel like you broke free of this manipulative person, or you're going to. Breaking free of this enemy. Breaking free of this whatever attachment, whoever's trying to attach to you, or attach somebody's was either trying to attach something to you, or is like trying to attach to you, and they're trying to stick. I mean, I guess on whether to attach to something, the intent is to stick, right? Okay, what else we got, Spirit? But this isn't without the turtles. You still got people that'll try to, like, oops, oh my gosh. This, I'll get it in a sec. You still got, like I said, you still got people who will try to lead you astray. I would say, never forget who you are and keep your mind in clarity. Don't let any kind of doubts, especially self-doubts, cloud your mind. Okay? You've impressed someone. I'm almost getting you graduated with honors. You graduated. You basically, you passed the test. Okay? You passed the test and you graduated with honors. Get the fuck out. Now you're ready to go to work. But this is, overall, this is very good. I'm loving this spread. Yeah, you got, your bullshittery, but I'm just sensing that you're way too strong, which is why I think people are trying to infiltrate your mind first. I really feel like, yeah, that's why it's like somebody's trying to infiltrate your mind first. They're trying to infiltrate your mind first, especially this person with this false halo. Because I feel like if they believe that, when you're enlightened and your mind is full of clarity, it's not going to work. But they're trying to start with your mind, because if they start with your mind, then they feel that they'll be able to do anything. And in a lot of cases, sadly, it can be like that, when, people trying to control how you think, what you think about, how much you think of it. It's like somebody's trying to warp your mind so that they can control you. Oh. But I think they're going to be done. They're going to give up, depart, escape, back turning, leaving, abandon. I think whoever this person is trying to manipulate you, I think they're going to leave. What else for the collective? Or you're going to leave, but either way, either they're going to leave or you're going to leave, and either way, this means freedom. I think you still need to continue to be patient. Always have gratitude. Always have gratitude. What else? What else we got? You got blue. Oh my gosh. So blue is a spirit animal. Is a spirit guide. Especially a dog, and then again with the color blue. Listen, you got a blue auric field here, like a blue divine field here. You know, of course, our brave child here has a blue aura around them, and then of course a blue aura of protection as well. And then then you got blue. So so again, earlier I did say you're being guided. With this divine mission at work, they're not going to just send you to the field and you're just going to be just yeah, you graduated with honors, but you're still green, ironically. So you got blue that's going to guide you. You're gonna you're still way too fresh. So you're not going to just be sent out there, even though you're more than capable. You're not going to be just sent out there without any help. You're going to be gently led. If somebody is seeing like paw prints around them, animal paw prints around them, that could actually be a lucky omen for you. Especially if it's from a personal pet, whether it is a cat or dog. Definitely more so if it's a dog, but this can also go for any pet that you have, especially if it's a furry one with paws. So if it's a dog, a cat, a rabbit, a weasel, a hamster, if it's furry with paws, that's definitely lucky. But again, this could be any spirit animal, whether it's a dog, a cat, a bird, whatever. Especially if it's a deceased pet. If it's a deceased pet, and in general, any kind of deceased pet. But yeah, you're being gently led. I'm also getting kids playing friendly games. A child and their dog. But yeah, you're being gently guided. Like I said, some of you have an animal spirit that's also looking after you as well. Could be, I'm getting a dog, the strongest. Wow, I'm getting a dog. Your ancestors are shielding you along with this spirit guide, this animal spirit guide. When it comes to keeping your clarity, blue tells you to think. Okay? Think. Some of you guys might actually end up having some sort of epiphany. Okay? Somebody who is having a lookout for you, who is looking out for you. And the breadcrumbs that are being led for you, that are being gently laid for you, the clues that you're getting are actually going to be simpler than you think to follow. That goes along with being gently led. The thing about gently led, and what I love about animal spirit guides. Now I love and the ancestors and the divine and the angels, of course. But when it comes to animal spirit guides, them guiding you it's easier to comprehend, in our minds as still living mortal humans. Them leading us is it's still easier to grasp, because even, like I said, even though I love divine energy in general from like angels and our ancestors, sometimes it can get it can be more cryptic. So you might not catch it right away. You still might catch it, but not as quickly as you would if the spirit guide is an animal. And so I think that's why we also have animal spirit guides, because it's like, look, it's just that simple. If I lead you to it, it's just going to be just that simple, to get that clue so that so I can gently lead you to the next. Okay? Sometimes, when you follow a dog and a dog knows where something is and it points itself, like, it's right that way. I just need you to go there. Sometimes with animal spirit guides, they'll lead you straight to there, but you got to listen to them. Just like, if you listen to your, let's say you got a pet that's alive and it's trying to tell you something, listen to it. It's always trying to tell you something. Animals are always pretty honest. I feel like the only time they're not is when they're begging for food. The only time an animal, especially a cat or dog, is not honest is if they want food. They'll try to hustle you out of food. But other than that, they're pretty direct. They're very honest. Their primal instincts make them very direct and very honest, straight to the point. Even about hustling you out of some food or droppings from the table. Okay? Beautiful. And it's going to be at a steady pace. Now, what I love here with steady pace, patience as well. You're being guided. You're also still being gently led to have patience. And then with patience, it doesn't mean just sitting and waiting in stagnancy. No, this is something that's very necessary, especially if you got a spirit guide that's coming out with it. Especially when you got a spirit guide that's coming out with it. It's going to be essential. Obviously, sometime in September, somewhere in September, it paid off. So, but it's still something that's going to continue to pay off. Okay. Wow. Okay. This one's poking out. Now again, this is where it's still very important to follow the clues, okay? This is very important to follow the clues because like I said, you may be brave, but with these clouds in front of this child here, this is still doubts and the unknown. Okay, now you have the sword. You have a sword of clarity that's going to help you fight those doubts. Not just fight what's trying to chase you and following you, but also fight through what's in front of you, through any second guessing. Okay, but in order to do that, always have your thinking cap on. Okay, think. And there's going to be some things you're going to discover because depending on the card, this could be who knows what the fuck. But with blue out here, this is something to discover. This is something where you don't know who, what, where, why, whatever it is, but you're being guided to know. But you gotta follow it. You're being guided to know. He only knows that he has his sword to fight. He doesn't know what else is in front of him. But he has a lightsaber. So he can cut through those clouds and still see his way with the light. But you also have a guide. You have a weapon and a guide. You have a sword. You have a spiritual sword, a spiritual shield, and a spiritual sidekick / helper / divine loving pet. You're all set. Even if you do have the clouds of doubt around you, you got things, entities, crazy people following you, having their eye on you, wanting to steal your light, wanting to guide you the wrong way. Even though you have those things coming all after you, you have everything you need to be prepared for it. You have everything you need to be prepared for it. If this person was to try to manipulate your mind, or if this person was a predator following you. This doesn't have to be somebody that you're trying to avoid because you know them or because you knew them, but this could be a complete stranger. Somebody trying to flat out rob you of something. You have everything that you need to fight off and or fend off, shield against these things and the circumstances that they cause. You are going to not only that, not only will you have the sword, the shield, and the guide, you will also have refuge. You will have refuge. Okay? You will have refuge, okay? Somebody's house, somebody's home is haunted by their deceased pet. Somebody's home is haunted by their deceased pet, especially if it's a dog. But somebody's home is haunted by their deceased pet. I feel like my deceased pets all the time. Even the ones that I've met that like, let's say they weren't even my pet, but they were like the pet of a friend of mine and they passed, but they still know you because you're that person's friend or whatever, or you're their family member or whatever. They still know and love you. I sense them as well. But definitely the ones that me and my family had owned, like the ones that actually lived with us, I sense them the most. But even the pets of exes and stuff that their pets had loved me, and I still sense them sometimes too. So it's crazy. Animals don't forget. Animals never forget. Not really. But somebody's home is haunted by a deceased pet. But of course, this is a pet that is protective, and it doesn't even matter if it's a small pet, if it's a hamster or a rat or a rabbit. This is still a protective animal. There's still something in their energy that's going to shield. Now, because I'm sensing a dog more than anything, being definitely being loyal, being playful, being alert, because that's one thing that dogs do stand for, is alerting people, alerting things. So being alert, on guard, being vigilant. But again, just having a great sense of companionship, being a team player, having a lot of willpower, almost being like very stand up, but in your own way, kind of embodying the traits of a dog. The true spirit of a dog, not the kind, dogs naturally give, are naturally want to give service to people, but let's say a dog that doesn't give service, but a dog just naturally the way that it is in spirit, embodying that, whether it is domesticated, whether it's domesticated or not, what else? Some of you guys may be bouncing back, getting your energy back. Again, being re-encouraged. Because even earlier I said some of you might be battling with depression or melancholy, but maybe something kind of like reinvigorated you, gave you fire again. And whatever it is that that you've been dealing with or going through, you kind of make it look like nothing. Now, what I'm loving here is that we have a la lanterne, and more than anything, with spiritual court, this is judgment and this is street justice. Okay, because maybe IRL, like actual court justice, maybe this hasn't worked, but you do have informal support, and that's and divine support can be considered informal, but it's still support, and it's the strongest kind too, because listen, no matter what, God sees it all. God and the divine sees it all. Sees it all. Sees it all. And especially when you got judgment. You got judgment and you got street justice. You got informal support. You got informal support from your ancestors shielding you. You have informal support with a spirit guide guiding you. Informal support with a spirit guide guiding you. And then remember I said earlier, about being alert, being vigilant. You also have vigilantism here. Vigilantism, like, Batman shit or whatever, right? Being vigilant, especially for the next couple weeks. This isn't even for just your kids, but also yourself as well. For the next couple weeks, be very extra vigilant about everything. Even if it's, whether it's you or your children or even your things like your home or your car. Especially, a lot of important things too, especially important things. Now, I don't see any thievery out here, but, of course, your cards, your cash, your wallet, your purse, whatever. Anything that is in any material things that are important to you, outside of, yourself and your loved ones. Okay. This is a time to be, in general, extra vigilant. Okay. And, I did see I saw a couple more cards come out here too. I do see throat chakra in reverse. So again, you are not, especially with no comment in the throat chakra reverse. I don't know who the hell this is, but you are done with this person. With throat chakra and no comment, they are not speaking to you. Like, they want to speak to you, but you're not letting them. You're like, I don't have anything. You have nothing to say to this person. You block this son of a bitch, whether it's a man or woman. You have nothing to say. And your throat chakra is reversed. Like, I have nothing to say. I can speak, just not to you. Oh, but baby, I'm sorry on wah. But again, I also feel like you're entering a crossroads too. This is why this is especially important to be vigilant as well, to be, in your spirit too. Of course, not just your outside, but in your spirit too, because you got it. There's inner and outer warfare trying to happen. With crossroads here, like I said, there's a false prophet. There's a false prophet somewhere trying to lead you astray. Okay. But you have you and your own capabilities as well as a guide. Okay. As well as a guide, especially if you wear the color blue. I'm getting that, especially if you do wear the color blue, and especially if it's like a pretty vibrant one like this. Now, it can be like, a nice little, like a dark, rich blue, but, a vibrant blue, or any kind of brew. Somebody like brewing something, or something's brewing. I don't know, but especially the color blue. Okay, so yes, you have a false prophet that's going to try to lead you astray. That's going to try to lead you off course. Okay, that's going to try to lead you off course. But again, you have your own capabilities, and you have a spirit guide that's going to try leading you on the right course. Okay, or who knows, maybe they are leading you to a detour or a back road because something would be wrong with with the main path, and maybe that's what patience is for. Okay, that's only up to you to follow the clues and to find out. I don't know why I did that. That's how she sounds. That's how she sounds. For some of you that haven't heard of Blue's Clues before. Wow. Yeah, okay. You're a real one if you stayed this long. Okay. Oh, oh, what fell? Oh my gosh. Let's clear this deck of any leftover energy so I can get a clear, clarified message. Okay. So, what is to be channeled for the collective spirit? What is to be channeled for the collective? That's it. Ooh, this color wants to come out already. We got yellow. I'm gonna read that in a sec. I want to just slide on out here. Okay. We got neon green on the bottom. Okay, so yellow is optimism, hope, friendship. Again, this is solar plexus, and it's a sunflower too. Solar plexus energy is so strong in here. Solar plexus energy is so strong in here. You're going to need to be like Superman and sunbathe to get that energy and get some more power. Then we got neon green, excitement, high energy, determination. Now what I love here is that neon green has, yellow in it. It's basically green and yellow mixed together. So especially with high energy and excitement, and then you got, with neon and, in yellow, I'm getting like somebody. Okay, firstly, somebody's drinking Sprite, or Sprite is probably a lucky drink. I don't know why I got Sprite. Maybe it's the green and the yellow, the lemon and the lime, I guess. But I just feel like that there's somebody who is just ready to go, like ready to get down to business. Like a lot of foolishness that's stopping, and you're ready to just get down to business. And not in like a disciplinary way, but kind of like, I want better for myself, so I'm going after it. And I want to have fun doing it. And you're pure-hearted about it. Your heart is in the right place. You're not stepping on other people to get there. If anything, there are people trying to step on you and manipulate you. What else we got? We got fuchsia. I got some more heart energy. Elegance, good taste, confidence, confiding, love. Now, what I'm loving here is that you have a mixture of solar plexus and heart energy with neon green as well. So it's literally like coming out of your heart energy. It's almost as if, this child is harnessing this sword from his heart energy, from both his heart and solar plexus, and now it has formed a weapon. And you got elegance, good taste, confiding, love. Now I feel like that this is what the new lover is going to be. Someone who's going to be good at, not just whining and dining, but, someone who really sweetly shows their appreciation for you, which is probably also why we also got gratitude. You're going to be with somebody who's very appreciative of you and what they have with you. Okay? You're going to appreciate each other. That's going to be highly reciprocal. Definitely very sexual with this neon green here. But this person will be your friend as well. This person will be your friend. And they're going to be somebody that smells good too. I don't know why. Maybe it's these flowers. That, there's somebody that, that smells good. Somebody has a really great smelling perfume or cologne, or like it smells really, really good. Like, because not all perfume and cologne smells good. But whatever this person's wearing, it smells good. It's very pleasant. I'm getting like refreshing, like a refreshing type of cologne or perfume. Okay, what else we got? Oh, hold on. What else we got for the collective as well? Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh. Y'all, I need y'all to calm down. It's like 5 of y'all. What else we got? What other colors for the collective? Peach. sincerity, gratitude, friendship. So again, you know, we have friendship in both of these cards. Somebody might, you know, like yellow, like regular, like yellow peaches. Yellow peaches might be significant. Yellow peaches. Um, and then again, with sincerity, gratitude, and friendship, we have friendship, and then also Peach has gratitude, and then I have gratitude here. Okay, so like I said, you know, this will be real. This will be genuine. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be genuine. This person may have a love language of gift giving, a love language of gift giving. They like the they'll like to buy things to show their appreciation. Okay, and then let's do one more. I said let's do one more. Oh, and it gave me two actually. Anything on the bottom? Ooh, hey. Alrighty then. Okay, so we got hot pink, vibrancy, electricity, rebellion. Love it. Love it. Lots of heart power here. And then we got more high energy, excitement, determination, vibrancy, electricity, rebellion, determination, rebellion. Oh my gosh, you're a rebel in your heart. You have a pure rebel heart. And that's another thing with à la long terme, especially with revolution. Somebody's a revolutionary, a brave ass revolutionary, like the shit that won't be televised, you know, type of thing going on. And then you got scarlet, passion, danger, excitement. So much excitement. So much excitement. Somebody got going on some like high octave Mission Impossible adventure or some shit like that. Something that might be dangerous. And then again, we got navy blue, trust, dignity, and intelligence. There's some blue that came out here. There's some blue that came out here. So again, blue is definitely a lucky color. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love that you came by. I really hope that you liked this video. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, if you don't see the full video, if you don't see this full video, you're still going to see shorts of it and things like that. But again, thank you guys. I'll be back soon with more. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Be blessed.